Hey, how you doing? Let's talk about some things. About change. And looking at yourself and your past self and your new self and what transpired and what changed and what had to change, what changed for the good mostly, and what changed for the bad. But we're talking about growth and transformation. So mostly good things. For me, right now, the last 10.5 years, I'm on my 5th major move across state lines. I generally try to make a short video and then a longer video. I think we're just going to run with this one for now. And the changes I've had to make, the transformation I had to make, that I had to make because I was a jerk, I was an idiot, I was a moron, I was selfish, I was angry, I was prideful, I was lazy. Not the husband I should have been, not the father, not the friend, not the Christian, not the minister I should have been. So I'm no longer that guy. The guy from 10 years ago absolutely would not recognize who I am today. And again, my 5th or 6th major move back here in Tennessee in a temporary location. Loving Tennessee. My heart is in Tennessee geographically. Just enjoying the cool weather and a cigar. Yeah. People who know me would have thought Chris Huffman is not going to smoke cigars. And I may not keep it up. And most people that know me, who grew up in our Christian circles and our Baptist circles, would throw me under the bus, would totally break fellowship with me for smoking a cigar. So change. So I'm not the man, that selfish, angry, prideful man I used to be, but I'm still a carrier. I'm still a human. I'm still in the flesh. I have to deal with those things every day, but the Lord has given me a calmness and a peace and a serenity that passes all understanding. And by His grace, I'm pretty good at rolling with some things. But some things that have changed in my life as well is this rigidity. See, now there's a form of contemporary Christianity today that says you can do whatever and still be a Christian, and that's not biblical. Meaning that you can. There's people that teach sinless perfection. That's not a biblical concept. Like, you're never going to sin. We're humans. We're always going to sin. God never taught sinless perfection. He used examples of godlier men than anybody today who sinned. So we're not going to reach sinless perfection, but we should sin less and less. And along with the changes that have come, this contemporary Christianity, so you can do anything. I mean, you can smoke, you can drink, you can sleep around. You don't have to live for God at all during the week, and it's very Catholic-like. At least if they go to their worship and praise service, then everything's all right. But it's not. So as I delve into these things that I've been rigid about through the years, You're not going to really hear me condone any of it, what I'm doing. You're not going to really hear me come out and just completely condone smoking cigars. I smoke pipes as well. You're not going to hear me condone those things. But until I get further revelation, I do condemn things like, you know what, I'm not even going to go there. What I am going to condemn, as far as God contends, is this sinful lifestyle that you can just do whatever you want and think that God's okay with it. He's not. There is something masculine and beautiful and historical about a man and a cigar, a man and a pipe. And it's not the same thing as inhaling cigarette smoke and getting addicted to it. It's not the same thing. As I grow and learn things through the years, even marijuana doesn't have the stigma it used to have. And there's a lot of stuff being pumped down our throats and our minds and there's so much out there that's just not true. God's word is true. Every man is a liar. So the things that I've heard and believed through the years in Baptist churches, and things that have been condemned, and rightly so, but there's a lot of stuff that it's just misinformation. And a lot of Baptist preachers and churches are condemning the outward actions of people, but not dealing with their own inward self. But I'm just talking within the Baptist circles. I mean, I'm going to say at least 50% of the men behind the pulpit shouldn't be behind the pulpit. Because of their pride, because of their gluttony. I'll say it's a pet peeve, but it don't really. Pet peeve really sounds like it's just a real irritation. It just really aggravates you. But I don't know a better way to say it. Pet peeve or fat preachers. That disgusts me. Fat preachers behind the pulpits, and then preachers that don't even have the talent to preach or teach. There's no evidence of a call in their life, and they're behind pulpits collecting a paycheck. I'd much rather a lot of preachers just quit getting on all the exterior stuff, work on themselves, their own level of holiness, deal with their pride, deal with their weight issues, their health issues, their love of sports issue, their love of laziness, whatever it is that these preachers are dealing with, and really learn to walk with God. And in the meantime, while you're doing that, go ahead and pick up a cigar. Just to test yourself, just to test other people, because it's a heart issue. I also have to debate about the stumbling block issue, because a lot of Christians don't deal with it. There's a lot of Christians that are going to do whatever they want to do, and it doesn't bother them one bit if it stumbles somebody else. At the same time, you got Christians that have been Christians for so long but won't admit that they're weak. They get offended at every little thing. And then you have to have a certain amount of you can see I'm debating. You can see I am debating about using some words just to make a point. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. This is going to be the first time live. Well, it's not going to be live, but it's going to be the first video that I recall of me using this particular word to make a point. I don't believe in cussing as a way of life. I don't believe it honors Christ to have a potty mouth as a way of living. I don't believe it's professional. I don't believe it's good etiquette to live a life where you can't control your language, where every word is an S-bomb or an F-bomb or damn this or damn that or goddamn this and all. I don't believe there's any room for that in our daily life. I do believe, and I've reserved it for certain situations around certain people, maybe a certain coaching session, or just with friends or even family. That's one thing I've loosened up. I even told my whole family, listen, if we ever get together again, I'll be willing to smoke around you. And I'm not going to stock my fridge with alcohol, but hey, if we have a festivity thing and, you know, I feel like having some wine around the house, well, I'm going to be okay with it. I even told my kids that, you know, I might even smoke a joint with you. You know, just for you guys to have that experience with Dad. But anyway, those are just some thoughts. A friend pulled up. We're going out tonight. Don't know how it's going to end, but there'll probably be a part 2 to this. If you want to reach out to us, 970-404-7165 or faithfulman513@gmail. Let me get back to what I was going to say. You've got to get to the point where there's 0 fucks given. Where you really don't care, not in a bad way, not in a bad attitude, but you want to be who you are, what God's made you to be. And if there's certain things that you know everybody else is going to be offended by, but you're at a place in your life where you're okay with it right now, like I am with smoking cigars and pipes, you got to not worry about what anybody thinks. 970-404-7165, faithfulman513@gmail. Until we meet again, keep your eyes on Him.